What's up, everybody? Professional wrestler Chris Wilde here. It is game day in just a couple hours. Friday night lights. The Philadelphia Eagles in Brazil face the Green Bay Packers in the first game for the Eagles in 2020.
Play the game. Time to play the game.
We wait for this moment. We're finally here after a terrible season last year. What will the Eagles do this year? I'm about to go in and get a workout in, but before I do that, I want to give a small game preview on what I expect or what I want to see. This is two teams that were on totally different trajectories at the end of last year. The Eagles came limping into a playoff game where they got absolutely destroyed by Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Green Bay was the first 7th seed. I know it's only been a couple years, but they're the first 7th seed to win a playoff game as they absolutely destroyed the Dallas Cowboys and then played the San Francisco 49ers pretty tough in San Francisco. Now, the entire media has latched on to Jordan Love. He is the darling of the NFL coming in as far as the offseason goes. And Jalen Hurts, people have kind of jumped off the Jalen Hurts bandwagon now. After he played the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl a couple years ago, he was probably one of the top 3 quarterbacks in people's eyes. After last season, not so much. Eagles started off hot, ended bad. The Green Bay Packers, on the other end, started off bad, ended up hot. So, I got the question, which Jordan Love are we going to see tonight? Are we going to see the Jordan Love from the first half of the NFL season last year? I think he had like 15 interceptions. Or are we going to see the Jordan Love from the end of the year? I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to make this lighting not so bad here. And it's the same thing goes with Jalen Hurts, but the opposite. Can Jalen Hurts be that 2022 Jalen Hurts again? I think he can. I think he's going to have a good year this year with Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator. I think the defense for the Philadelphia Eagles is going to be a little bit better under Vic Fangio. There were some things that happened this week that kind of made me a little bit annoyed as a fan. If you follow the team, the Philadelphia beat writers will write about anything, especially the negative stuff. I've said this on this channel before. Jalen Hurts smiles the wrong way. It's an entire topic on a radio show. Yet, they did not, for some reason, know that Devin White was not going to be the Eagles' starting middle linebacker. I mean, I heard everything from Zach Bond and Devin White to Devin White and Nakobe Dean. And then he shows up on the injury report Thursday with an ankle, doesn't fly out with the team, and you get reports, Nakobe Dean won that job. Nakobe Dean outplayed Devin White during the end of the preseason. We didn't hear any of this until it became an issue, so it looks like it's going to be Zach Bond, Nakobe Dean at linebacker. Who knows at this point? And then Isaiah Rodgers is out with a hand injury, suspended all year last year, and now he's not going to play the first game this year. I've heard a lot of good things about some of the guys in the secondary. I'll be honest, I'm not high on Keely Ringo. I hope we get to see a little bit more of the rookie, Kenyon Mitchell, as Green Bay has a good offense. And it brings me to what I'm looking at tonight as far as a preview. For me, I'm worried about the Eagles defense going up against this Green Bay offense. The Green Bay offense has a ton of really good pieces, from their wide receivers, from Christian Watson and Jalen Reed, to the running back Josh Jacobs, to Jordan Love himself. They have some good tight ends as well and a decent offensive line, where the last time I saw the Eagles defense, they look like, it looked like Madden on super easy, right? Madden on rookie. Like, you could just do anything. They couldn't get off the field on third down. They couldn't do anything. The Eagles have Vic Fangio, and I'm praying that it's going to be different. But that's my one big worry, with a worry slightly on the Eagles' offensive line. After watching last night's Baltimore and Kansas City game, tons of penalties on the offensive lines. The Eagles have guys that's their first game playing together, and Cam Jurgens' first game as a center. If the line can't protect Jalen or they can't block for the run, everything kind of falls apart. So that would be another worry of mine. I still think the Eagles win this game. First off, I'm not going to bet against the Eagles on week 1. Secondly, I think that Jalen Hurts, throughout his career, whenever his back's against the wall, whenever there's some kind of redemption to be had, he has had a good year and come out with flying colors. And I think last year And just watching him this year in this offseason, I think last year was definitely like a wake-up call for Jalen. And I think it's going to be hard for him to fail with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson, Dallas Goedert, Kellen Moore pulling the strings, and, of course, Saquon Barkley. I don't think the addition of Saquon gets talked about enough. I think he is that dude, and we're going to see tonight. Very exciting. Again, I'm pulling for the Eagles. If you were to ask me a score, which I never do, stats are for nerds, I'm going to go 27-20 Eagles. I think it gets tight at the end of the game, but the Eagles pull it out. I think we're going to see a big game from maybe someone we're not expecting. So maybe a big game from a guy like Nakobe Dean. Maybe a big game from Dallas Goedert, who Kellen Moore's offenses, the tight ends always seem to do great. So maybe Dallas Goedert has a big game. I don't know. I'm going to stop running my mouth. I'm going to get in here, and I'll be doing a video after the game with my reaction. Hopefully it's a good day for us Eagle fans. I think we deserve it after that absolutely horrible year last year. I will say this. I think it's unfair for the Eagles to be in Brazil and for this to be a home game. When you're facing a team like the Packers, they are one of the best teams in the NFC, you want that to play that team in your home stadium. So was supposed to be a home game against the Packers in Philly. Completely different environment. It completely changes a lot of the different scenarios you have, and the fact that they're kind of playing on neutral ground. If you think about it, in Brazil, you can dress up the stadium in Eagles green all you want to. It's still not Philly. That does annoy me. Hopefully, the Eagles can get past that. That being said, guys, everybody have a great day. Have an even better night. Stay safe. Go Birds. I'll see you later.